Alright, welcome to the video. Today I just booted up RustMapper, and you're going to have RustMapper to be able to do this. So just head on over to rustmapper.com, get yourself installed, and you'll bring up these three windows. Okay, so we're going to go into here and we're going to find our lighthouse, because I'm going to demonstrate breaking the lighthouse. The first thing you're going to want is the lighthouse, not the scene, but the lighthouse layout. Make sure you're getting the proper monument here. And then you click this button, Add to Origin. Everything here. And this is something that, this is where we're looking at the internals of the lighthouse here. And we can see there's several things. We can't do much with some of this stuff. For example, this right here is the lighthouse prefab, this prefab here. And we don't need that. We don't need these. You can look inside and see there's nothing. These are terrain modifiers. Nothing much to worry about here. Okay, here's our prevent building sphere though. So we're going to want to apply the tarp symbol. As you can see, is that we've got some scaling data found that hasn't been applied. It's what's happening here is there's a collider attached to a 111 scale item, and we've tried to assign it to a prevent building sphere, and obviously a 111 is not what we've got. And what we'll do is we'll do this, and I'm not certain that's the correct prevent building sphere. It's gonna be, we're gonna want this one, because when it covers the whole monument, it's the monument sphere. So that has gone wrong. So we'll just click this button here. Will give us the right monument sphere. And we'll just continue on. The stop signs indicate to us that there's nothing there, and we don't need it anyway, so we don't need to worry about this. Okay, so barrel/crate spawner. I don't think we have one of those. Since we just can't do that, this is just how it works. We'll have to put in the barrel spawner here. And what we're doing here is trying to create a fragment, a lookup for it. And let's see. Okay, it's worked. So by creating this, putting the slashes around this, and saving the ID here, we've said spawn point, all these items that have that as its parent will now get that barrel spawner that we've assigned it. So we're gonna just load all these in. And now we've got barrel spawners. Now we can move on to the crate spawners. These we're going to say are good because it's found them. Here's another barrel spawner. I'm going to say that's good. And we're going to keep going down the list here. Now these have the indicator, the tarp there, telling us they may have a capsule collider attached to it. And that's just because it's not using a mesh collider and it's a simple small object. That does not mean we need to resize these props. So just because it has a tarp on it doesn't mean you need to worry about it necessarily. Okay, now we're on to ladder triggers, and this is a case where definitely you can tell a 111 ladder trigger is not right, and a 2.25 and 3 and 0, that looks more like it. So we're just gonna apply these scales to it, and that is correct. All right, so we got doors here. We're going to make sure there's nothing hiding inside of here. Yeah, we don't need to worry. Okay, so good. These doors, I'm just going to assume are good. And the overgrowth. Now that's another thing. Here we have our overgrowth is giving us this prefab, and we don't want that. So just disable that so it doesn't spawn, or set it to 0. And we're going to continue to look at these grasses and stuff. Okay, these should all be good. I'm just going to assume these are all good. I've done my best to go through and make sure these things aren't multiplying. Yeah, here we go. So here's a perfect example of one that is, it's got multiple saplings inside of it. So we got sapling D and sapling D, snow and without snow. So definitely look into that. But you'll see, it's pretty easy to see when the snow ones show up, and you'll be able to, I'll show you how to come back. In fact, let me enable these just so we can show how to fix it if you come across it the way you more likely will. And we can continue to go down here and look the puzzle. We got power generators, and here's a crate spawner. This is missing. Our barricade spawner. It's there. I think our scaling data is no different. This all looks reasonably good. And of course, I'm just doing this all for a, for education here. So the first thing I'm going to do is save it. And you're going to see it come up in the list here is Lighthouse. You don't have to worry about that. That's just in case we want to close out and come back and work on it some more later. But we're going to build this. Press the build button. And very quickly we see this. Okay, we got a snowy guy here. Creeping plant snow. Okay. So what you can do to locate where that came from in the prefab breaker, if you see that and you're like, oh, why do I have this snow here? Well, you click this button here, the prefab breaker, and it takes us right to it. You can see, oh, let's just get rid of that. Get rid of this, and we'll clear out, select all, delete, rebuild, and now the snow is gone off of that. So we fixed that. It looks like this bush also has 2 seasonal varieties. So we're gonna find where that is. Well, I think it just is, it's just fine. It's just how it looks. And we're looking great. These green squares and volumes, these are going to be our prevent building volumes and our spawners and so on. These are looking a little small. I suppose they maybe need to be scaled up. We can come back and look at them and see. These volumes we may not have. Okay. I'm not sure exactly what they are. I suspect they're no build. Not 100%. But this is your broken lighthouse. All of these items are individual. This is our, and we can see now how much stuff is in there. And it's all selectable, all individual now. So what do we want to do? We'll select all, delete, rebuild. And here's how we save. Now you can save the map file. You can save a prefab, or you can save it as a JSON file. Doesn't matter. Take your pick. Enjoy it. Thank you for tuning in. This has been Breaking the Monument with RustMapper. Until next time.